commits a 7-game homestand tonight with the first of 3 against the Colorado Rockies. Welcome into the booth with Mark Neely and Mark Grant. The end of June is near, Mud, but I tell you what, life is good for the Padres. You look at the record, 15 games over 500, a 4.5-game lead in the National League West, but they will face the major's best pitcher tonight.
We're going to see what the Padres are made of, huh? Yes. Because on the mound for the Colorado Rockies is a young right-hander by the name of Ubaldo Jimenez. The Rockies have a good starting rotation, but when you've got a guy like Jimenez who throws the ball nearly 100 miles an hour, he mixes in a slider and a changeup every now and then, and the curveball to boot. The strikeouts are high, and this guy is something special.
And the numbers indicate he has been the best in the majors this year.
13 wins already on June 28th. He's going for number 14 tonight. This guy is beatable, but when you look at the ERA at 1.60, that's the best in Major League Baseball. This guy toes the slab once every 5 days for Jim Tracy. And as I mentioned, this Rockies team, they've got a pretty good team. They've had some key injuries along the way that may hurt this ball club, but it's the rotation, which is pretty darn good, that might keep them in the race as the summer goes on.
Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for tonight. Ubaldo Jimenez had won 7 consecutive starts before a no decision his last time out against Boston, giving up a season-high 6 runs in 5 2/3 innings. His ERA rose from 1.15 to his current 1.60, which is still the lowest in the majors. His only loss this year came at Dodger Stadium on May 9th. For San Diego, Kevin Correa has won only once in his last 9 starts, but the Padres have been winners in 5 of his last 6 starts. Tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Kevin Correa is receiving the second highest run support in baseball, averaging over 7 runs a game. That will be tested tonight against Jimenez and the Rockies. The first pitch from Petco Park is straight ahead. Petco, where they are 23-16 at home this year, led by David Eckstein. Take a look at the starting lineup for Colorado, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring and take it home today. Now open in Lemon Grove. No Tulowitzki in their lineup. He's been out with a broken left wrist. No Hop, who is day-to-day with the rib injury. They do have Todd Helton batting in the 2 spot, who career-wise is hitting .335 against the Padres. Gonzalez hitting second. Spielborg's in the cleanup spot, then Smith. Olivo having a great year behind the plate for the Rockies. Stewart, Barmish playing short in lieu of Tulowitzki, and Jimenez, the pitcher, batting ninth. Our starting pitching profile brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com.
Kevin Correa on the hill tonight, making his 15th start. Last time out at Tampa Bay, the pitch count got up there early. 5 in the third inning. The walks, he had 5. But you know what, folks? The Padres ended up winning that game. The bottom line is Kevin Correa kept him in the ball game. In fact, the Padres have won 5 of his past 6 starts. The curveball was also better last outing.
And Bud Black mentioned that before the game. He was happy with the fastball and curve from Correa. This is Jonathan Correa to lead, Herrera to lead off the game against Correa. And we are underway. 66 degrees at game time under the June gloom. 0-1 pitch to Herrera is up high.
Well, we might have June gloom, but what's got a nice ring to it is a 45-30 record for the San Diego Padres.
Coming off a 5-1 road trip down to Florida. A 1-1 to the switch hitting Herrera is a strike. Herrera making his 10th consecutive start at second base. And he has hit safely in 9 consecutive games. The 1-2 from Correa. Popped up. And backing up. Hairston makes the catch, and that's the way this one begins. Pretty good breaking ball there from Kevin.
Absolutely.
Take a look at the Padre defense tonight. Scott Hairston, Gwynn and Venable in the outfield. Headley and Gonzalez on the corners. With Jerry Hairston and Eckstein up the middle, and Hundley doing the catching for Correa. First pitch is down low to Melvin Mora. So apparently we have had a late change in the Rockies lineup.
You talk about throwing a nice changeup. Did we hear anything over the...
This is a pinch hitter.
Yeah,
listed as a pinch hitter.
Right.
For Helton.
That's what it says up on the big board.
Yeah, it says pinch hitter.
Mora,
so.
PH.
How odd. Which would assume that Helton was on the original lineup card from Jim Tracy. There's a wave and a miss. Well, we'll get this sorted out. It's quickly a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Mora. As we saw Todd Helton taking BP, he seemed fine.
Saw him out by the batting cage, talked to him a little bit. Seemed like he was chipper as ever.
1-2. Just off the outside corner.
I don't think, you know what, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
When you look at the lineup card inside the dugout.
It looks like there's a couple changes. No?
I think he just has. He had several spots blacked out there, but they look to be in the same spot of Jim Tracy's original lineup, with the exception, of course, of Mora in this spot for Helton. Now we'll get this all sorted out, but it's a 3-2 pitch to Melvin Mora. And it's down low. A 1-out walk. So here's another look at the lineup card. Was it indeed Helton being pinch hit for here in the first, or is he actually still eligible to play in this game?
Good question. And you know what's throwing me on this whole thing is those blacked out areas on the scorecard.
I would have to assume that Helton is still eligible to play in this game. Nothing would have happened in a couple of minutes from the game starting.
Unless he slipped in the bathroom after batting practice and hurt something. Who knows?
Well, point being, from the time Herrera, the lineup cards came out to the time the 2 spot in the order came up.
That's true. And usually if something's happened, I mean, somebody usually comes in here and gives us a heads up and, hey, so it must have just happened right now.
Carlos Gonzalez swings and hits a high drive, deep right field. Venable back at the fence. And it gets out. 11th of the year for Carlos Gonzalez, and the Rockies have scored 2 here in the first. This guy has arguably been their best overall offensive player this year.
He is a great athlete. We talk about him all the time in center field for the Rockies, covering a lot of ground in that ballpark, which is Coors Field. And we take a look at the 1-0 pitch. It looked like a little cutter that missed with location down and in, and Gonzalez sends it over the auxiliary scoreboard. Kevin wanted to backdoor that cutter. Looked like a cutter to me, a little bit of movement that was left over the heart of the plate.
Ball went down low to Ryan Spilborghs, the right fielder. So a big blow early for the Rockies, who have their ace on the hill. There's a strike. 92-mile-per-hour fastball from Correa. Spilborghs at 259. The average has dipped a bit. 3 hits in his last 21 at bats coming in. Down low. 2 balls and a strike. And a home run, the 10th allowed this year by Correa. Fouled off the catcher, Hundley.
Well, there's no doubt about it that 2-run home run is huge for the Colorado Rockies, especially when they have a guy like Jimenez on the mound. Seems lately, though, for the Rockies, they just cannot get the big hit. Let's say the game is close late. They've got runners on base. They can't come up with a big hit. That hit for Carlos Gonzalez proves huge for that right-hander on the mound tonight.
2-2 now to Spilborghs. Yeah, the Rockies lost their last 2 in interleague play to the Angels the last couple of nights, but had won 4 in a row prior to that. Took 3 from Boston in a series at Coors Field and a rematch of the 07 World Series. That's line into left center field. Hairston able to cut it off. And Spilborghs on a 3-2 pitch got one pretty much right down the heart of the plate and took it into left center for the second hit of the inning.
You know, in spring training, when I talked to Darren Balsley about all the pitchers and talk about their repertoires and what they have to do, and Kevin Correa has shown and proved that he can be successful at this big league level. But Kevin also knows that he's got to stay out of the heart of the plate. I'm not saying that was right down the heart of the plate, but it looked like Spilborghs kind of went down and got that pitch. It was just up enough for him to service it in the left center field for the base hit. Once again, working out of the stretch.
So after getting Herrera to lead off the game, 3 in a row have reached with the Gonzalez 2-run homer, and a check on Spilborghs.
And also about Kevin is that he has to have all of his pitches working in unison and being in a good groove and hit his spots, because he's not like Jimenez, who throws the ball 100 miles an hour or has that devastating changeup. One pitch sets up the next, and how effectively he throws those pitches early in the count plays in how the at-bat's going to go.
He doesn't have the wipeout pitches,
exactly,
as they call it.
Good call.
Left fielder Seth Smith with Spilborghs aboard. There's a strike. Seth Smith sporting the full beard these days.
That's right out of the Rocky Mountains, huh?
Yeah.
Clean shaven
look, yeah.
Prospect look.
Right side foul. Smith has had most of his success at Coors Field this year. He's hitting .333 at home, an average on the road of 198, 265 overall.
I'm going to pull out a lookalike here. Seth Smith kind of looks like former Padre hurler, #1 pick Andy Venice a little bit with that beard. The A-Train from Evansville, Indiana. I'm just talking about his face.
Yeah, even without the beard, he'd have some similar facial features to Andy Venice. 2 runs in on a Gonzalez homer. The 1-2 pitch. He's late on that. And a strikeout to Seth Smith. 2 gone.
Well, see, it's the other pitches prior to that pitch for the strikeout that made this at bat a success for Kevin Correa. It's a high fastball, and Seth Smith goes fishing after it up and out of the zone.
Two away for the Rockies catcher, Miguel Olivo. Over with low for ball 1. Olivo having a very good year. His first season at Colorado with those numbers, 10 home runs. Only Rod Barajas of the Mets has hit more home runs in the National League from the catching position.
And it's not a shock to me personally when I go over and talk to the Rockies players and coaches that Miguel Olivo is a great fit in that clubhouse. Likeable guy, works hard, doesn't cause any problems. It's good to see he's having a good year.
Ropes hit to left center field. Hairston is able to cut it off. The lead runner, Spielborg's on his way to third to throw into second. And Olivo with a base hit. Runners at the corners with 2 down.
Just not good to see him swing the bat well against the Padres.
It's going to bring Darren Balsley out for a first inning visit.
Well, Kevin falling behind again, 1-0. And it looked like he wanted to locate the fastball. And it's just up and out over the plate. Olivo kind of, you can see the grip. It's a two-seam grip. And it looks like a two-seamer fastball that he tried to start outside and bring it back. It looked a little flat. And good plate coverage by Miguel Olivo on that one.
Don Baylor, their former manager, and now part of the staff taking care of the hitters.
Good man right there.
Yes.
Ruth. He could play a little bit too in his day.
Ian Stewart with 9 home runs on the year. Looked like he went. Yes, he did. Says our plate umpire, Darryl Cousins.
Well, I kind of received a little bit of word on the Todd Helton and Melvin Mora pinch hitting situation. I guess the Rockies PR department wasn't even aware of the change. So that's how quickly it crept up on the Rockies.
So it was a very last second thing.
Seems to be. We'll have to wait for confirmation on the whole thing.
1-1 pitch to Ian Stewart. Off speed, swing and a miss.
Good curveball. There's that curveball Bud Black was talking about before the game. To get Kevin Correa ahead 1-2. Good extension, good follow through, good bite.
A 1-2 to Ian Stewart. Fouled back. Back to the fastball that time from Correa.
That's how we got Seth Smith to strike out, the high fastball. And that was by design because Nick Huntley was up in his crouch, giving the high target.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Rope to right field. Venable back a few steps, makes the catch. Correa got away with one there, and Stewart lines to right. They do get 2 on the home run by Carlos Gonzalez. And the Padres coming up. look at Point Loma and our starting pitching profile, brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers.
Well, up until this point, Ubaldo Jimenez is Mr. Everything. Fastball, slider, curve, a change. He throws the ball 100 miles an hour. He's 26 years old. He's young. He's fresh. He's on top of the world. Other than that, he's pretty good.
13-1. Gwynn, Eckstein, and Adrian in the Padres' first inning. 2-0 Rockies thanks to the Carlos Gonzalez home run. And that fastball at 97 is inside.
You know, the numbers say a lot, but that's why you play the games, right? He is beatable.
One loss came at Dodger Stadium. And a no decision his last time out, giving up 6 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Fouled away left side.
The thing that makes Jimenez so effective, I mean, 100 miles an hour sticks out anyway, right? But when you have velocity plus location plus movement, that equals trouble.
Big trouble. One-two pitch. Tony takes it in the air to left field. Seth Smith racing towards the line and crosses into foul territory and cannot quite get to it.
That was the changeup thrown by Jimenez. And a long run for Seth Smith.
By the way, we learned that Mora is in the lineup at first base. That was not a pinch hit for Helton. So Helton is still available. Just a late change to the starting lineup that we were given. And Mora batting second, playing first base straight up. Helton with some lower back stiffness is the reason he was scratched from the lineup and is day to day. So Jim Tracy did a very nice thing for all of us here in the media that already had our scorebooks already laid out and did not make any other changes in the lineup as far as altering the batting order. That is strike 3 on the inside corner at 98 miles per hour. Padre lineup brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Tony followed by Eck. Then Adrian Headley batting cleanup. Has pretty good career numbers against Jimenez, including a home run. Hairston, Scott Hairston in left, Venable in right, with Hundley catching, Jerry Hairston at short, and Correa the pitcher.
We will have to keep an eye on the approach of the Padre hitters. Now, when a guy throws hard like Jimenez and has the numbers, you might think that they might be aggressive early in the count. If they get that fastball, first couple pitches, they might be hacking. Because it's the secondary pitches, like his slider, like his changeup, like his curveball. If you get in the hole, those are tough pitches to catch up to and put in play.
1-1 pitch. Put in play to right field, and Ryan Spilborg's in and towards the line, makes the catch. 2 down. Let's look at that Rockies D, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. It's Smith, Gonzalez, and Spilborg's in the outfield. Stewart and Mora on the corners. Armas and Herrera up the middle, and Olivo is the catcher.
Pretty good defense for the Rockies. They've been fine this year. You know, Tulowitzki is hurt with the wrist injury. You lose the arm of Brad Hopp out in the outfield, who's got a cannon out there. But they're doing just fine on defense this year. 42 errors for the Rocks.
Base is empty for first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. A 97-mile-per-hour fastball is high. .307 average is 6th best in the National League. There was a scoring change after yesterday's game in Florida. You remember the play with Eck and Adrian, where Adrian reached, ball went off his glove. After the game, the error was changed and given to Eck. It had initially been given to Adrian. It would have been his 4th of the season. Now he's back down to 3 errors, and Eck given his first error of the season as a result of that.
Yeah, that was a tough error on Adrian.
99 miles per hour. Adrian in his career against Jimenez, a 167 average with a couple of home runs, 2 home runs lifetime against Jimenez. And he strikes out on a high fastball. 2 Ks in the first for Ubaldo Jimenez, and the Padres go down in order. 2-0 Rockies after 1. Barbas leading off, swings at the first pitch in a high fly to right. Venable maneuvering toward the line to make the catch in fair territory, and 1 pitch, 1 out in the Colorado's second. After a 28 pitch first for Correa, gets a quick out. And will face his counterpart, Rockies pitcher Ubaldo Jimenez.
Pretty athletic kid.
Well, a couple years of big league time, and you could see he certainly had the physical tools to succeed at the major league level, and now he's put it together with the experience.
And you know, and as he gets older, maturing not only as a major league pitcher, but his body as well, he might start to fill out a little bit more and even get a little stronger. He is 26 years old, so they usually say around 28, 29 years old is when a pitcher reaches his prime. But he has really come a long way, and Kevin Correa having difficulty finding the strike zone.
3-0 count. A 4-pitch walk to Jimenez, who had not walked as a hitter all season.
Sometimes even a pitcher can't come up with the reason why, hey, I just threw 4 wide ones to the pitcher. It happens. Sometimes you can't put your finger on it. Sometimes it seems so simple, but yet so hard.
Jonathan Herrera led off the game with a pop out to the shortstop Jerry Hairston out in shallow left center. Hundley heading out to the mound.
You know, while I have a second, I was looking at this Rockies lineup when we originally had Helton in the lineup. Now that Moore is in the lineup, it's a different story. But when you look down this lineup, everybody in the lineup now as we speak, with the exception of Melvin Mora and Miguel Olivo and Carlos Gonzalez, all homegrown Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job of growing their own. Chop towards third, foul. Two-0 Rockies on a Carlos Gonzalez 2-run homer in the first. And a 1-2 to Jonathan Herrera. Have to hurry as well as Herrera runs, but they still turn 2. 4-6-3. Herrera can get down the line, but hits sharply right at Eck. And the Padres turn their 67th double play. It ends the top half of the second. First 25,000 fans take home a great Padres beach towel presented by San Diego County Toyota dealers. Hurry and get your tickets today at Padres.com. Is it hard to believe that the July 4th holiday is this weekend?
You know, each and every year that goes by, it seems like the calendar just gets smaller and smaller, and the days get shorter and shorter, and time just flies.
I'm right there with you.
Hey, before you know it, the Padres will be clinching the West.
Oh, it would be so nice. 4.5 game lead coming into tonight. 4.5 ahead of the Giants.
It's a long season, though.
Four, 5, and 6 for the Padres in the second, and switch hitting third baseman Chase Headley leads off. A little bit low, says Darryl Cousins.
Looked pretty good from here.
I was going to say, that's a good thing for Padre hitters.
Yeah.
If Jimenez is going to get that low strike, could be a quick night. And inside 2-0. The Padres 4.5 up on the Giants, 5 ahead of the Dodgers, and 6 ahead of these Rockies going into play tonight. And the Padres own the best record in the National League. A high drive, center field. Gonzalez back to the track and makes the catch. Well, Headley, who does have a home run against Jimenez in his career, falls a little short there. Well, with more on why Melvin Moreau is inserted into the Rockies lineup tonight, here's Cindy Kavanaugh.
Yeah, you guys, that scratch might not have been as last minute as we thought. Some of the Rockies media said that they saw Helton point to his leg during batting practice. He went up to one of the trainers, said he felt some pain, and then he walked off and was not to be seen again at that point. Of course, the official word is that he does have a strained lower back stiffness. That is day to day. But of course, big problems with Todd Helton having back issues. He did have back surgery at the end of the 2008 season, so they always err on the side of caution when it comes to his back. Guys?
Hey, Jen, thanks very much. So Helton, you have Hop, who's day-to-day right now. With sore ribs, the injury occurred in the interleague series at Anaheim. Tulowitzki already on the DL. They do have their closer, Houston Street, back now, but he's missed most of the season with injury. Jeff Francis back. He'll pitch the third game of the series. That's off Jimenez. Rolls softly to Barmes, who picks it up and throws him out. Just got him by a half step. A 1-6-3 put out of Hairston.
Oh, great hustle by Scotty Hairston. He gets down the line quickly. Takes a breaking ball up the middle, and Jimenez just out of reaction, knocking that ball down. Barmes has to change direction. And how close was it at first base? Maybe an eighth of a step?
About that, yeah.
Maybe a foot and a half. We talked about the defense for the Rockies. When a shortstop has to change direction like that, and barehanded, and get a good runner, Barmes did a fine job. He's been playing a good shortstop for the Rockies.
And a guy who was their everyday shortstop before Tulowitzki came up from the minor leagues, and he kind of fell off their map, really, for about a year. Went back to the minor leagues, then came back as their everyday second baseman the last couple of seasons. And now with Tulowitzki on the DL, seeing time over at short again.
He's a perfect reason why you should never give up on yourself. Never get down. Things can change quickly.
Venable, they asked for the appeal and he went, says Jim Wolf. And the strikeout is the third for Jimenez. A couple of well-hit balls off Jimenez, but nothing to show for it for the Padres in the bottom of the second. Padres t-shirt presented by Cox Channel 4 San Diego. Get your tickets today by calling 619-795-5555 or go to Padres.com. You can see all the way to Mexico. Coronado Islands.
Nice.
Now this is Mora leading off, shortening up and taking a strike. And he was a late entrant into the lineup with Helton scratched for the lower back stiffness. 2-0 Rockies thanks to a Carlos Gonzalez 2-run home run to right in the first inning and a rip and a miss.
Well, nice two-seamer by Kevin Correa. He needs some quick innings here.
Up and away. Melvin Mora, whose wife gave birth to quintuplets in July of 2001. That's 5, by the way.
Yeah.
2 boys, 3 girls. Down in the dirt, 2-2.
I tell you, that's tough diaper duty right there.
He was with the Orioles at the time, and they had the 5 babies at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. Johns Hopkins. 2-2 pitch. Just off that outside corner.
Well, you know, both pitchers have thrown good pitches, but have not gotten the call. Jimenez threw a couple of good low strikes. Kevin Correa just throws one up there to Melvin Mora and does not get the call. It might have been off the plate after second look.
Full count on Mora leading off the Colorado third.
He had him 0-2. He's worked it full.
And he walked him. Second time that Mora has walked, and the third walk allowed by Correa, who's already up to 44 pitches.
And one of those games where Kevin knows that he's going to have to really battle and make some type of an adjustment. The double play last half inning helped. 4-6-3 play. But once again, out of the stretch, right out of the gate here in the third.
And facing Carlos Gonzalez, who took him deep in the first inning. Gonzalez getting hot. With an average well over 400 in his last 7 games. He takes this one in the air to left field, off the end of the bat, and charging in. Scott Hairston makes the catch. Go back towards first base. And Mora returning safely.
Did you see Hot Rod Hundley right there?
Backing up first. That's
Nick
hustle, man.
Is on his game. That ball has hit the left field. He could, he sees all other players out in front of him. He sees things develop. What did Nick Hundley do? He hustled all the way down past the dugout, past the camera well, to back up this throw. You could see Nick going by the coach's box.
Anticipating Scott Hairston was going to try to double up Mora after making the catch.
You can always be somewhere. The ball doesn't have to be hit to you or thrown to you, but there's always a place to be.
It would be too easy for a catcher to just say, okay, ball in the outfield, I'm going to snooze here for a second. But where can I go? That's what Nick thinks. Back up a base. Step off and a look by Correa. One on, one out in the Colorado third. Down and into Spilborghs, who singled his first time up.
Okay, here's what I've discovered so far on Kevin Correa, and it's early, but he's thrown, approaching 50 pitches. Not that matters. I'm just saying his ball is moving so much. It might be where Kevin just realized, you know what, I'm going to throw the ball hard of the plate.
And let it move.
And let it
aim
move
for the heart of the plate and let it move off the heart of the plate.
Right.
Rip and a miss by Spilborghs.
Look at a good two-seam sinker there from Kevin. Now, if he throws the four-seam fastball, it's a different story because it's going to stay straighter. So you're going to have to locate that one a little better.
Spilborghs sends it in the air to right center field. Gwynn hauling it in. Back to first goes Moore. Looks like he went back to the curveball there.
Yep. Hard early with the two-seamer, soft late, and an easy fly ball for Anthony out in center field.
A deep breath for Correa as he will now face left-handed hitting Seth Smith. Kevin fanned in the first, swinging. First pitch strike on the curveball once again. Up the middle and through. Mora taking the turn, heading for third. And the Rockies will have runners at the corners with 2 outs. So with Eckstein cheating towards the hole on the right side with a left-handed hitter up. Smith grounding it to the right at second, but enough up the middle to pick up a base hit.
As a pitcher, your job is to hit your spot. That ball was elevated a little bit. It's a grounder, but because it's elevated, he stays on that ball and sends it up the center of the diamond. So the scouting report, if you keep it down away, those guys, they have a tendency to hook that ball, and that's why Eck was playing where he was playing.
Former Padre Miguel Olivo singled his first time. Down in the dirt and nicely scooped by Hundley.
Well, he spiked a fastball. Yeah. You don't see that very often. Usually guys will spike the slider. They'll throw the curveball in the dirt. Hold on to a changeup a little bit too much.
A step to third and look to first move by Correa. Wave and a miss by Olivo. And that curveball for Correa has been a pretty good pitch for him tonight.
Yeah, that might be a pitch that he goes to get out of a jam here or there. You get the feel, get up on top, good follow through and great extension. You get the good rotation and the good break.
The 1-1 to Miguel Olivo. Sliding pickup by Hundley. But right back to that curve.
I remember watching Kevin throw a bullpen last year. And once again, I learned a lot from Darren Balsley and just watching Kevin. And he often talks about the location of the fastball. Right? His bullpen session was solely four-seam fastballs and throwing it to location.
Ripped down the left field side, right on the chalk. Into the left field corner. Morris scores. Smith around third. Here comes the relay to the plate, and he is safe. Miguel Olivo with a 2-run double, and it's 4-0 Rockies. For Olivo, his 5th two-base hit of the season. A ball that brought up a lot of chalk in left field.
Now that looked like a hanging slider or a cutter, and in a puff of smoke, just like that. 2 more runs for Colorado.
That's where it hit.
Yep.
RBIs 35 and 36 for Olivo. All one to Ian Stewart. Stewart lined out to the right fielder Venable in the first. Correa has walked 3 in this game, and 2 of them have come in to score. Both times that being Mora, who walked and scored on the Gonzalez homer in the first, and Mora, who walked leading off this third and now has scored on the Olivo double. Under the hands of Stewart, and now he's in danger of losing Ian Stewart. And they'll just put him on. So they'll walk the lefty to bring up the right-handed hitting Barmes. So that'll go as an intentional walk. Another visit from Darren Balsley, who made a first-inning visit and now makes a visit to the hill here in the third.
No, Kevin, no doubt, he's struggling with location. There are times when he has thrown good curveballs, and the hitters have swung and missed. Looks like he's doing a lot of talking to Nick Hundley, but also directed towards Kevin. Now remember, Clint Barmes is a guy who will be aggressive early. He swung at the first pitch to lead off the second inning. Remember, high fastball for a ball. So that might have been something Darren was mentioning. Hey, be careful here. Barmes can be aggressive. Just don't lay it in there and think he's going to be taken here. Although he may be, but just be aware of it.
Barmes has been hot recently.
Slider. Yep. There it is.
And we saw Barmes several times last year. Hit balls well, pulled them well, though be out on his front foot.
Absolutely. He caught a lot of balls out in front and pulled them to left field.
2 on, 2 outs. The 1-0 is down low. We have the pitcher Jimenez up next. All three.
Well, even though it's not first base, there is a base open, right?
You don't have to give in to him here.
Right.
On the outer half, a strike. .63 pitches for Correa here through 2 2/3. Armas holds up and takes ball 4 down and away, and that loads him up. So they're loaded with 2 outs for Rockies hurler Ubaldo Jimenez, who walked on 4 straight pitches.
You know, regarding the pitch count, because I'm not really a big fan of the pitch count, but the reason some people ask, why do you talk about the pitch count a lot? Well, I think one of the reasons is to give an idea of, especially in the 3rd inning when a guy's throwing 60 or 70 pitches, to give you an idea how many pitches he's throwing an inning, right?
Which can't be as important as the total pitch count. You obviously don't want to throw 40 or 50 pitches in an inning.
Correct. And for instance, like when we show the pitch count of Kevin Correa right there, that was the 64th pitch, and he's only pitched 2 2/3, right?
Correct.
Now, if he goes deep into the game and he's up around 100 pitches and he's still blowing the ball by people, it really doesn't matter.
Pass Correa, but Eck gobbles it up, and Jimenez thrown out at first. But 8 men come to the plate, and the Rockies tack on 2 more on the Olivo RBI double. And Cox high-speed internet. Ready for higher speed? Go to Cox.com. Glad you could join us on this Monday night. Kevin Correa through 3 innings has thrown 68 pitches and surrendered 4 runs on 5 hits. Jimenez on the other side through 2 innings. He's retired the first 6 Padre hitters on a combined 22 pitches, 14 in the first and 8 in the second. So Jimenez to face the bottom 3 of the order: Hundley, Jerry Hairston, and Kevin Correa, the pitcher. A high strike from Jimenez.
Okay, well, this game of baseball is about adjustments, right? Time to play some catch up. A lot of catching up to do.
Nothing at 2.
I mean, after all, he is human, right? I mean, you mentioned it during our pregame show, Mark Neely, about his outing against the Red Sox.
Nick chasing the high fastball on 0-2 and strikes out, and that's 4 Ks for Jimenez. Against the Sox, gave up a season-high 6 runs on 10 hits in 5 2/3 innings. Did not walk anybody. Struck out 7. He had won 7 straight decisions prior to that, which was one shy of the Rockies franchise record. Jeff Francis won 8 consecutive decisions back in 2007. Fouled by Jerry Hairston. Jimenez was the NL pitcher of the month for April. Went 5-0. And he was the NL pitcher of the month for May, making him the first pitcher in Major League Baseball to win the monthly award in the first 2 months of the season since Pedro Martinez did it with Boston in '99. It's chopped out to short. Vargas gathers and throws out Jerry.
You know, it's remarkable. You talk about Jimenez trying to go for number 14 tonight. How about Denny McClain winning 30 games in 1968?
Well,
and then they were pitching on 4 days too, right? 4-day rotation back then.
Well, Jimenez won his first 6 starts. His 7th start at Dodger Stadium May 9th, he lost. He gave up 1 run on 2 hits in 7 innings and lost.
See, that's, yeah. Like I said, you need a little bit of luck to go your way once in a while.
The Dodgers got the luck that night and beat him. Then he won 7 more in a row before the no decision his last time out against the Red Sox. Wow. He has retired the first 9 Padre hitters, striking out 5 after 3. 4-0 Colorado.
Well, it's a given. Everybody knows the brown and a touch of gold and the white, right, were the original colors. So I guess I'm assuming that the question says from those colors.
That's what I would assume.
Okay.
Correct. We won't give away any more than that. Hey, top of the order for the Rockies in the 4th. Jonathan Herrera has popped to short and grounded into a double play, and he takes a strike. Herrera called up after the Tulowitzki injury and seeing the big league time. This is not his first major league time. Saw big league time with the Rockies 2 years ago. Back in 2008. Herrera takes down in the dirt. Herrera, 08, played in 28 games, hit .230 for the Rockies that year. Last year, all back at AAA Colorado Springs. Correa's 1-2. Ground ball to short, and Jerry Hairston. One away. Correa gets the leadoff man for the third time. Melvin Mora led off the last inning, the third, with a walk, and they wound up scoring 2 on the double by Oliva.
So once again, up to this point, you can honestly say for Kevin Correa, it's been 2 pitches that's been the difference in this game, right?
Well, the home run for Carlos Gonzalez in the first, and the double by Oliva on the chalk down the left field line in the third.
2 pitches. But when you add up the walks and put them in that predicament, that's what hurts.
Curveball is down low. Mora belts it high and fouled on the third base side.
What in the Joe Carter is going on there?
Into the third deck.
Well, that's the way JC used to hit him back at Qualcomm Stadium. Well, that guy could turn on a fastball, and he proved it against Mitch Williams to win a World Series.
Watch where this one goes. You don't think you're in foul ball territory a lot of times when you're up there, but yeah, you are. 1-2 pitch. Up into the third deck behind the plate.
You know, there were certain guys back in the day that just made you kind of shiver a little bit and generated serious bat speed and could turn on a fastball with the best. Joe Carter falls into those categories.
No doubt. 1-2. Curveball. Way up and a little flare to right center field, but in comes Will Venable to make the basket catch. Let's take a look at some of the Padre uniforms throughout the years, shall we? Gaylord Perry, Garvey.
I like those. Hey. UPS man.
Ricky Henderson. Tony. Jake.
You know which ones I really liked? Remember, I think it was last year or 2 years ago when they wore the old PCL ones, the cream colored ones? And they had the Padres script in blue with the red border.
I'm with you on that. I like those.
I really like those.
Gonzalez has a 2-run homer and is flying to left, and he goes around on the high fastball. Two outs, bases empty in the Colorado fourth inning. Correa with the 0-2 pitch.
Fastball.
You can see Nick wanted it up.
Yes. And Kevin having a little difficulty hitting that spot, even getting it up. I mean, when a catcher says, okay, you're on the same page, we want it up, we're ahead 0-2, get it up around his hat. And then when you yank it down, something's not right. When you miss by that much and you're supposed to go up top.
Indicative of his night tonight.
Yeah, got to keep battling for as long as he's going to be out there. Got to keep battling.
Shaking off a couple of signs and now has the one he wants in his 78th pitch of the night. Out of play left side.
Hey, speaking of unis, how about those throwbacks the A's and the Buccos wore at the Coliseum this past weekend?
Did you like those?
Loved them.
Hey, I want to ask you about the uniforms the Mariners wore the other day.
Love those too.
Did you? I thought you might.
The powder blues?
Right. Gonzalez's first inning home run was his 11th of the year. That has given him the team lead. Nice curveball. Got him looking. And the strikeout is the second for Correa, who sets the Rockies down in order for the first time tonight. Mark Grant at your doorstep. Package. Please sign. Four 0 Rockies as the Padres come up in the bottom of the fourth inning, and the top of the order up, and Tony Gwynn takes a fastball strike. Tony, one of the 5 strikeout victims the first time through the order for Jimenez. Check swing, and he held up on the curveball. Jimenez needed only 30 pitches through the first 3 innings. 14 in the first, 8 in the second, and 8 more in the third. That 97-mile-per-hour fastball inside, Gwynn.
And to put that into contrast, Kevin Correa threw 29 in the first inning and 30 in the third.
Third baseman Ian Stewart right at the edge of the grass. The 2-1.
Look at the movement on that. Even though that ball is at the belt buckle, that ball still has tremendous movement. Starting on the inside part of the plate and then coming across and ending up where Olivo catches that. That looks like heart of the plate.
A little above the belt
from
buckle.
Our
you
angle,
think so?
Yeah.
Shaking off, shaking off. The 2-2. That's his changeup, which is really a split, right?
He throws a split and a change.
That would look more like a split.
Right, that looked like.
Or a slider?
Yeah, I think that's a good call on your part. I think that was a. Let's take another look. See how he works around the ball? That's a slider.
All right.
Good call, Neely. Nice pickup.
3-2. Back to the heat.
And the first 3-ball count for Jimenez.
Gwynn leading off the Padres' 4th inning in a 3-2 pitch.
Got to go with the inside heater here, don't you?
Just made him up inside there,
yes,
97. I noticed on that last time, Jimenez was shaken off, and Olivo really wasn't giving any signs. He's just trying to get in Tony's head there a little bit?
Probably, yeah. Like a hitter will think, okay, well, what's he going to throw here? Yeah. Are you shaking that off? Well, how many pitches does he have? Then you get all messed up.
Another 3-2 from the big right-hander. There he goes again. That was 98. Around the heart of the plate. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming here for Tony.
So what does Jimenez try to do? Get a little cute, pull the string, or stick to his strength? I would say stay with the two-seamer.
Just missed inside with the fastball. Well, Tony sees 9 pitches when Jimenez threw only 8 total in the second and 8 more in the third.
A great plate appearance by Tony.
Now, you were talking earlier about Jimenez with his wins and Denny McClain. Our comparison is brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers.
Wow.
This is entering this date, June 28th, each with 13 wins. So, in theory, Jimenez is still on target to win 30.
Yeah, in 1968, Denny McClain ended up with a 31-6 record. But there's a little extra note I want to throw in there. Denny McClain started 41 games. Jimenez is not going to start 41 games.
No. If he stays healthy, he'll be lucky to start, 36 or 7.
Also, McClain twirled 336 innings that year.
Wow.
And then the next year, in 69, he went 24-9 while going 325 frames.
A different era. Fastball strike to Eck. But Denny McClain did win his 14th game on June 29th of 1968. So if Jimenez were to win tonight, he would technically be a day ahead of McClain's pace of 1968. Popped on the first base side and foul ground. Mora reaching and took a seat on the back of that gentleman, who gives him a quick massage and sends him back to his position. Some Nittany Lions down there, huh?
Yeah. Flash look, last second, and okay, once he goes into the stands, that ball is over the fans. That's game. Hey, a little bit of love from the Nittany Lion there to Melvin Mora.
In the air to center, Gonzalez right there to make the catch for the first out. Well, the career high start-wise for Jimenez, he made 34 back in 2008. So to be realistic, 30 wins.
A lot
it isn't even realistic.
No.
So much has to go right. I mean,
Absolutely.
he's had pretty much a perfect beginning to this season. He's had a decision in every start except his last one. All of them had been wins except for one until that point. Now Adrian takes down low. Adrian trying to make a case for National League Player of the Month in June. Way up high. A little bit of a shift, but not quite the overshift that they normally play. At least most opponents have been playing against Adrian. Still 2 defenders on the left side and 2 on the right. Now the first baseman Mora coming over to the mound to say something to Jimenez. But you have the third baseman Stewart playing way off the line. Armas cheating up the middle. And Herrera cheating towards the hole on the right side. Long stare in by Jimenez. Down low. 3-0.
A couple of base runners here and there, and then you get a little duck snort over the infielders' heads.
Now Olivo wants a word with his pitcher. You know, Miguel Olivo was given a lot of credit last year by the American League Cy Young Award winner Zach Greinke. Olivo caught all of his wins. Now over here with Colorado. Now, coincidentally or not, Greinke has not had the same type of season that he had last year. That is a 4-pitch walk to Adrian Gonzalez. Second walk of the inning. That's going to bring up Headley, who put a pretty good charge into one in the second, leading off and flied to deep center, sending Carlos Gonzalez to the warning track. The Padres actually working on Jimenez pitch count here a little bit. He had 30 through 3 innings. He's had to throw 16 pitches so far here in the fourth, getting only 1 out. 2 aboard for Chase. Fastball moves him off the plate inside.
You know, Jimenez is not afraid to do that. Throw that fastball in the inner half of the plate, but he falls behind. He doesn't want to get into a deeper jam here. And after the visit from Mora, Bob Apodaca is going to have a chat with his pitcher. Maybe he's detected something in his delivery.
Able to read any lips there at the end?
And
a smile from Jimenez at the end.
Hey, is that a sign of confidence from Jimenez or what?
His pitching coach, Bob Apodaca, walks off, and Oliva said something to him, and a big grin from Jimenez.
Hey, Bob Apodaca is very well respected throughout the game of baseball. Good pitching coach, good guy, knows his stuff.
Manager Jim Tracy on the left, his pitching coach on the right.
Good fastball. It looks like he went right after him.
Looked like he got it in just enough on Chase that time.
And once again, I think Jimenez falls into the category of, you know what, I don't have to nitpick at these guys. I've got a 4-run lead. I throw the ball 100 miles an hour.
Here it is.
Yeah.
See what you can do.
He's only given up 4 home runs this year. This being his 16th start.
Buried that. And Olivo able to keep it in front of the plate, and the runners have to hold.
But that was either the split or the change.
If I could see it, that's the split, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good shot. Absolutely. The fingers are around the baseball. And earlier in the count, he'll kind of hump up on that. And then later in the count, if he needs a punch out, kind of soften it up a little bit. That's what I've noticed after seeing him throw that off-speed pitch.
Fastball popped up. And the infield fly in effect. Barmes is under it on the infield dirt. So it will be 2 on and 2 outs. And up for the Padres comes left fielder Scott Hairston. Scott, his first time up, hit one sharply back towards the mound that Jimenez reacted, got a glove on, and caromed to Barmes, the shortstop, and they turned it into a 1-6-3 Hairston groundout.
Whoa.
He get crossed up there.
Yes, he did. Did you see Miguel Olivo? And what a great reaction by the catcher, Olivo. He's having a talk right now. He goes, hey, let's get our sign straight. Curveball, but he's expecting something else. And he's lucky that ball doesn't get by him. And that was called a ball, but Trax had it as a strike. When a guy throws that hard, how a catcher reacts like that.
That's scary for a catcher, wouldn't it?
It's nastier the other way around. When you anticipate
soft and get the hard stuff.
Exactly. If you're anticipating breaking ball and you get the heater, that's different than if you're, here's the cross up again. Oh, that was the last pitch. Excuse me. Off the plate, and he gets the call.
A 98.
So it's a wash, right?
Scotty steps out.
Started over. Slider. First time after 2. Fastball in. Changeup. Cambio. There it is.
Cambio, huh?
Yep. Split. Change. Whatever you want to call it. Nasty. Speaking of nasty changeups, how about Steven Strasburg? As we take a look at the last pitch. Look at the bottom just drop out of that.
Washington did get beat tonight by Atlanta 5-0, but Strasburg, he was pitching well late into that game.
Yeah.
A 1-2 pitch. Breaks the bat. And the bouncer Barmas goes to first to retire the side. Well, Scotty got high heat. Broken lumber, and the Padres strand 2 in the 4th.
Big game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Home remodeling with no upfront design fees. Visit MurrayLamper.com. Winner of the Better Business Bureau Torch Award winner for Marketplace Ethics. Mark Neely.
Well, thanks, Mud. 4-0 Rockies into the top of the 5th. Correa's first pitch of the 5th will be his 80th of the night. Hey, happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
Come out to the ballpark. It's a great place to celebrate a birthday. Spielborg's leading off, fouls it back. Spielborg's with a base hit, a single in the first, then in the third, fly to center. Curve up high. Ryan Spielborg's born and raised in Santa Barbara. Played at UC Santa Barbara.
Gauchos.
In fact, he helped them to an NCAA tournament berth his sophomore year back in 2001.
I've always liked this kid, too. Very versatile. Can play a lot of positions.
His 14th inning walk-off grand slam, August 24th of last year against the Giants. One of the big plays of last year. Down in the dirt.
What I meant was with Spilborghs, you can put him in the lineup in so many different slots to make it work. Jim Tracy last year, he batted at one time or the other in the first 7 spots for Jim Tracy last year. So moved around quite a bit.
The 2-2. Up the middle. Sliding pickup. Hairston spins the one-hopper and got him at first. Jerry Hairston throwing out Spilborghs for the first out of the 5th.
I thought that ball was ticketed towards center field, but Jerry Hairston, but Everett Cabrera was on the DL playing a great shortstop. This ball looks like it has some serious topspin on it. Spin, brace yourself, and what have we said all along? Don't throw it over his head. As long as you bounce it, you've got a great chance to get him in an outstanding play by Jerry Hairston. I almost went into my Mike Shannon imitation. A outstanding play by the shortstop.
Hey, you got a good look at the first base umpire making the call.
Jim Joyce?
Jim Joyce.
Yeah.
There's Jim. Trying to play left side off the bat of Seth Smith. Smith struck out in the first, then in the third, singled and scored. A 2-run homer for Carlos Gonzalez in the Rockies first, and a 2-run double for Miguel Olivo in the third. 4-0 Colorado in the 5th.
Where did that miss?
That's a good looking pitch.
My goodness.
I guess you're going to say that's outside. Three-one delivery. And a walk to Seth Smith. That ends a string of 5 in a row retired by Correa. He walks his 5th of the game, though one of those has been intentional. A 2-for-2 night for Miguel Olivo. A first inning single, and then his double off the chalk down the left field line in the third, chased in 2. He goes after the high one and waves and misses. Jason Smith back to first. Olivo signed to a 1-year deal, though there is a club option for next year. Pitch out and nothing doing.
Rockies really not a team that's going to run a lot. They're 10th in the National League in the stolen base category. You're in a ballpark where they play. You really don't have to steal a lot of bases. You hope for the extra base hit, the
play
ball
for the big inning.
Absolutely. No use in trying to run yourself out of an inning.
Wave and a miss at that curveball. Olivo, who came up in the Oakland organization, did not play in the big leagues for them. His first big league time came actually with the White Sox. Now with a 6 different big league team. Time with the Padres in 05. In fact, had 1 at bat for the Padres in the 05 playoffs against the Cardinals. Crowded into a double play as a pinch hitter. in Game 2 of the 2005 Division Series at St. Louis. The Padres lost 6-2. Cardinals, by the way, came back and beat Arizona tonight 6-5. Elsewhere in the division, Dodgers and Giants. They're in the fourth, 2-1 LA. Whack down the left field side, hugging the line. And fair into the Western Metal Building. And Miguel Olivo is having himself a night. The home run, his 11th, and now he is just a triple shy of the cycle. He's knocked in 4 tonight, and it is 6-0.
That ball into the second basket, and he wants it down and away. And once again, lack of location. It's a hanging slider, and Olivo somehow, A, keeps this ball fair, and 2, not popping it up, getting it up on top of that hanging pitch to keep it fair and out of the ballpark. Thought that ball had a chance to hook foul. Not the case.
Fouled by Ian Stewart. Another walk coming back to haunt Correa. Walked Smith just ahead of the Olivo home run.
Well, Kevin would be the first one to say, you know what, I was all over the place. Release point was off.
That's driven down the line in right, and that is hooking. And we'll go foul.
I mean, there's been cases tonight, obviously the hanging breaking ball, missed with location. But the one that really sticks out to me is the one, remember when Nick wanted the pitch up and in with 2 strikes, and it was down like towards the back foot.
Right.
Maybe not to that extreme, but
a fastball.
A fastball. Just didn't have it. It's going to be nights like that.
Kevin 3 pitches shy of 100 on the night. Yeah, the fastball command
way off
has been spotty tonight.
Yeah.
I would say the curveball's been his best pitch in this game.
Of the curveballs he has thrown, yes.
The 2-2 all the way.
And each individual pitcher is different on how they try to attack when you don't have your location. Do you try to ease up a little? Do you go to a secondary pitch? Do you go to your third pitch? Do you try throwing it right down the middle? Everybody's different. Is it a mechanical flaw? I have to talk to Darren Balsley tomorrow and find out what he was thinking tonight as Darren is on the phone to the bullpen.
Wave and a miss by Stewart. A strikeout. The third for Correa and 2 away in the inning. Padres had Gallagher up earlier, and he is up and heating once again. Armas walked in his last plate appearance and in the second, fly to right. Did he go? No appeal, and
I guess down the middle doesn't count.
They haven't put up on the scoreboard. Ball or strike. Or on our counter, we'll put ball 1 up there. Assume that's the ball according to Darryl Cousins. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Two in the first, 2 in the third, and now 2 here in the fifth for Colorado. They lead it 6-0.
Yeah, I guess it would be fair to say that those close pitches, with the way that Kevin has been throwing the ball tonight, chances are you're not going to get those calls, right? The borderline.
Right.
At the knees, on the corner.
Well down and away. 2-2.
There's been a couple of cases also tonight where Kevin has really fallen off towards the first base side.
Staring in for that sign. Outs up the third base side, foul. He's at 106 pitches. The most he has thrown at his start is 108, and he threw 108 in his first start of the season, April 7th at Arizona, and followed that up with 108 pitches in his second start of the year here, April 12th against Atlanta in the home opener. Fly ball center field, right center shallow, and Tony coming in, but it drops in. Armas singles. The 7th Colorado hit.
Doesn't seem fair at times, does it? You make a good pitch. Sounded like he broke Barmas's bat. Bad swing out in front, and he dumps it right on the garden spot out in right center field.
Well, the pitcher spot is due up 4th in the next inning for the Padres, and the pitcher spot due up right here, and Jimenez rolls it softly back towards the mound, and Jimenez jogging 2/3 of the way up the line. He is retired. 2-run homer for Olivo. 108 pitches tonight for Correa. He did walk 6, struck out 7. Through 128 pitches, the first no-hitter in Colorado Rockies history. And Jimenez got Brian McCann to ground to second base for the final out. And he had his no-hitter. Again, 128 pitches. He has thrown 128 again this season in a 9-inning complete game shutout at San Francisco May 31st. No, the fewest amount of pitches he has thrown in a start this year is 92. That was at Houston May 20th, and he left that game after 7 innings with leg cramps.
You know, that was a Saturday night in Atlanta, and the next morning was getaway day for these Colorado Rockies. So, you know, guys bring down their bags to get on the truck, so after the game they just take off, right? Well, I heard a story. Bob Apodaca, the pitching coach, was bringing down his bag to put on the truck before he went to the ballpark. And walking into the hotel with his running shorts on, running shoes, and a sweaty T-shirt was Ubaldo Jimenez went out that morning for his long distance run to get his running in the night after his no-hitter.
Discipline.
He works hard.
Padres have only 2 base runners so far in this game, both walks. Tony and Adrian walking in the 4th. Venable leading off the 5th. And Jimenez with a 2-2. Up high. Williams had a hot bat. Hit some big home runs on the road trip in Florida, including the game winner yesterday in Miami, and that fastball inside. So a leadoff walk to Will, third Padre base runner. And Jimenez now at 60 pitches. Well, speaking of pitch count, and we mentioned Jimenez threw 128 in his no-hitter. Remember the other night, Edwin Jackson threw something like 150?
149, I think it was.
Very close to 150. The D-backs did announce today they're going to push his next start back a couple of days. Give him some extra rest, which I guess makes some sense. Ball 1 will bring Olivo out to the mound. You know, we left St. Petersburg, and the next night Edwin Jackson throws a no-hitter. And then yesterday, B.J. Upton and Evan Longoria get into a tip from the dugout after Upton lollygagged after a ball in center field. What's going on in Tampa Bay land?
I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you one thing. Joe Madden will put an end to that.
Right.
Right here and now. He won't let that stuff affect his ball club.
A fly ball to right, and Ryan Spilborg's under it. 1 down. Back to first goes Venable. You know, the Rays had a perfect game thrown against them last year by Burley. Perfect game this year by Braden, and now a no-hitter this year. And that's a pretty good offensive team.
Sure.
To have that happen 3 times, really, in less than a calendar year.
Once again, it falls under the luck category, don't you think? A little bit of luck has to go your way.
Yes. It's a funny game. Hairston hits one high in the air, left center, and Carlos Gonzalez cruising to his right. 2 fly ball outs here in the Padres' 5th. Pitcher spot due up, and Aaron Cunningham will bat for Correa.
Well, tough night for Kevin, no doubt. Just couldn't find his release point, offered a lot of his pitches. He walked 6, struck out 3 in 5 innings.
Down to second goes William. Wild pitch, advancing Venable. Sixth wild pitch of the year, uncorked by Jimenez, and that one down low. 2 balls, no strikes.
I love that term. Uncorks one. It's a great term.
I'm sure you uncorked a few in your
day.
Yeah. Now you uncorked a few in a much different way.
And did he get crossed up again?
And not going back out there, yep.
You know, not too many times after a nasty breaking ball. And, you know, credit Miguel Olivo for just having great reaction. Once again, he got crossed up. You could see he was anticipating something hard. His glove was going up, tracking the baseball, and then all of a sudden went back down to get that slider.
But once again, he's also fortunate that he was expecting something hard and got soft instead of the other way around.
Right.
Chop to the right side. Herrera. The leadoff walk to Venable. He is stranded, and the Padres have now left 3 after 5. 4-0, 6-0 Colorado. Padres are offering you a new way to save on your Padres tickets. You can now save $5 on Padres tickets, $14 or more when you buy your tickets online. So be sure to get your tickets today and save at Padres.com.
What are those?
Spirit sticks?
Yes, nice.
Thunder sticks.
Thunder sticks. Those really came popular, of course, when the Angels won the World Series against the Giants.
0-2. New hurler is Sean Gallagher.
Well, it's been a while since Sean has been out on the hill. It was against the Toronto Blue Jays back on the 16th. 2/3 of an inning for Sean. Chance for the right-hander to get some work. Some weird splits, too, from Sean. Righties hitting 359, lefties 182. Maybe the soft stuff, the off-speed stuff, is a little bit more effective to the left-handed hitters than it is to the righty. Although 6 appearances here at home, he's got a nice ERA of 2.45.
Inside to Herrera, top of the order in the Rockies, 6th. Strike call, 3-1. So 5 innings for Correa tonight. 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 6 walks, 1 intentional, 3 Ks. He threw 109 pitches, which turns out to be a season high. (3-2) fouled away. Another 3-2 pitch. To the right is second at Eckstein. One gone. High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Melvin Mora, a late entrant into the lineup tonight for the Rockies. Todd Helton was a scratch due to lower back stiffness that flared up during batting practice for the Rockies. Couple of walks, couple of runs scored. Mora's only official at bat. He fly to right and rips that one foul on the third base side. Checking his bat, make sure he didn't break it. So Helton day today. They already have Hop day today with some sore ribs. I talked about the Tulowitzki injury. The Rockies have really endured some significant injuries this year, and they are maintaining. They're 3 games over, 39 and 36, 6 games behind the Padres right now.
I mentioned it earlier. The rotation for the Rockies is a darn good rotation.
You know, they haven't had De La Rosa.
Right. He's going to come back soon, though. Chacin, Jimenez, of course, Hamill, Jeff Francis.
Up the middle, and a base hit for Mora.
And don't forget Aaron Cook. That's a pretty nice rotation.
Eighth inning of the game for Colorado.
Hey, while I have a second, a big-time Padre fan lives in Poway. John Thompson sent me a nice piece of mail today. The San Diego Union 1989 baseball preview. Talking about the club. And he's going to be moving to Vancouver, Washington. So he's going to miss his Friars. He's going to miss his Padres. So I want to say hi to John and wish him well.
John, I was here when Mudd opened that up, and you should have seen the smile on his face. You really enjoy that memorabilia.
That was great. Love that.
Carlos Gonzalez's 2-run homer in the first opened up the scoring. Since then, he has flied to left and struck out. Bounce towards the middle. Eck makes the flip. Jerry jumps, throws late to first. Even had Adrian hung on. We're not going to get Gonzalez. They do get the lead man. I'm going to bring up Spilborghs, who was robbed his last time up. Our Doing More on Defense is brought to you by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And Jerry gathering, spinning, and throwing out Spilborghs in the fifth. That was some play.
A great play, because if he stays on his feet to get to that ball, his momentum, he slid and hit the ground to stop his momentum, enabling him to spin towards his glove side and make a solid throw. If he would have stayed on his feet, it'd be tough to stop that momentum as quickly as he did. His momentum would have
carried him several more steps into the outfield.
Exactly.
Not only taking time, but adding to the length of the throw. Runner takes off. The pitch down low. Throw to second. And in under the tag, and the slide for Gonzalez. That's his team leading 11th stolen base. And the Rockies not sitting on a 6-run lead here in the 6th, running with 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. What's the old rule? You know, the unwritten rules of
what
baseball.
The book says, if you're 6 or 7.
Up by 7 in the 7th, don't run. Is that what it is? I mean, there are so many rules that are in this so-called book. Maybe somebody missed a sign, because Jim Tracy was up and out of his chair, out of his seat. I don't know whether he wanted to try to get the attention of Rich Dower, the third base coach. Here's Rich, former Baltimore Oriole.
1-2 from Gallagher. He's outside. That's down low. For our standard definition viewers, having just a few transmission issues, our apologies. We're working on fixing the problem. 3-2 pitch. High fly left field. Scott Hairston back, looking up, and it sails into the seats. 8th of the year for Ryan Spilborghs. And the runs have been coming in pairs tonight for Colorado. It is 8-0. RBIs 16 and 17 for Spilborghs.
Well, the hanging breaking ball. It was the case to Miguel Olivo in the 5th inning when Kevin was out there. And Spilborghs gets a hanging breaking ball from Sean Gallagher. Just couldn't get it down and away like he'd hoped.
Marked foul by Smith. Seth Smith has scored twice. He had a single to center in the third, and he walked and scored in the fifth.
You know, going back to that stolen base, especially with a guy like Jimenez on the mound.
Right. Yeah. Seems a little odd.
It did seem odd.
But the Rockies with 3 2-run homers and 1 2-run double. 2-run shots for Gonzalez, Olivo, and now Spilborghs. And the 2-run double for Olivo. He goes around and strikes out. But Colorado tacks on 2 more on the Spilborghs 2-run home run to left. Midpoint of the 6th. It's 8-0 Rockies. San Diego.
Summer is here. Going to the ballpark with your buddies. Knocking down some
water and some cotton candy.
Cotton candy. Oh, yeah, you got it. Life is good.
Top of the order in the Padres 6th. It is 8-0 Colorado. Tony has been given one of the 3 walks issued by Jimenez tonight. That came in the 4th. A 9-pitch plate appearance. Padres without a hit here in the bottom of the 6th. Under the hands of Gwynn.
Still not afraid to come in the inner part of the plate, is he?
With that fastball, 3-0. Yep. That's 70 pitches. And a 4-pitch walk. Jimenez really ripped through the first 3 innings. Throwing only 30 pitches through the first 3. He has, at least command-wise, been much more erratic the last few. Walking 4 in the last 2+ innings.
And when you throw 97, 98, and you're like that, that's to me, that's even tougher to hit to win if a guy's around the plate all night.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does.
You're getting up one around the noggin. You're getting one down by the kneecaps. There's one 3 feet outside, and then he paints one in the inner half. Rather than just constantly pounding the zone, at least you know that if you offer to pitcher, you're going to get a chance to maybe put the ball in play.
Pulled foul by Eck, who's up there hacking at the fastball.
Eck ambushed him right there. Because usually he'll take that first pitch strike. There are times when he'll go up and he'll say, you know what, I'm going to swing at that first pitch.
Eck tonight is flat out twice. Once to right and once to center. 8-9-0 for the Rockies. Zeros across on the Padres totals. That's through the left side, and there's the first Padres hit. X singles to left. Tony down to second, and it's 2 on, nobody out in the Padres' 6th inning. Well, Jimenez, 5 hitless innings tonight before surrendering his first base hit.
And did you see where Clint Barmes was playing at shortstop? Clint Barmes was playing more towards second base because with the hard throwing Jimenez, he's thinking Eckstein's going to probably try to go up the center of the diamond or maybe go the opposite way. Well, Eck gets out in front of that pitch. Looked like a fastball down and in. He pulls it through the hole for the first knock.
Two aboard for Adrian. First pitch, curve for a strike.
Doesn't seem fair, does
No,
it?
it doesn't.
You're leading 8-0. First pitch, Yacker.
And then he goes back to 98 and the foul tip. And it's 0-2. Now Adrian out of the batter's box for a moment, probably thinking, wow,
yeah,
what's coming now? See it and react, huh?
Well, what has Jimenez proven? That even though it's 8-0, these guys just can't sit back and think, okay, he's just going to challenge me. He's just going to throw the 98-mile-an-hour heater and see how far he can hit it. That's not the case. He's throwing wrinkles up there. He's throwing change-ups, splitties.
Climbs the ladder at 95 and strikes out Adrian for the first out of the 6th. It's the 6th strikeout for Jimenez, but his first since the 3rd. Chase had the 2nd fly to center, and in the 4th popped out to short. Up high. Jimenez, the first time through the order, fan 5, had not recorded a strikeout since the 3rd until just getting Adrian. Jimenez, 2 top strikeout performances in his career have each come against the Padres, including 13 here at Petco on May 3rd of this year. Also fanned 11 here at Petco May 10th of 08. Two on, 1 out. Ran back
in for a strike.
Over the plate.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit up, though.
I was thinking the same thing.
And Chase to swing over the top of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line into center field. That's a base hit. Tony coming around third, and he'll score the first Padres run. Headley, who's had pretty good career numbers against Jimenez. And Chase picks up his 26th RBI of the season to make it 8-1.
It looked like Chase really shortened up his swing there. Worked the count in his favor. 2-1 pitch. Ball down the middle, elevated. Foot was solid out in front. Short and quick to the baseball. Nicely done, Chase Headley, to drive in that first run. And that's after he was mixing it up a little bit, too. So he really could just sit fastball. He did a nice job reacting to that pitch.
Scott Hairston steps in, having grounded out twice tonight. Two on, one out in the San Diego sixth. Just missing. At the fastball and hold it foul. Leadoff walk to Gwynn. Eck with a base hit after a strikeout of Adrian. Chase Headley with an RBI single. Padres on the board here in the sixth. Hit in the air, left field. Seth Smith back, and that ball's gone. 3-run shot for Scotty, and the Padres climbing back in it. It's 8-4. Hairston hitting it off the facing of the second deck in left. His 8th of the season.
That might stir the Colorado bullpen, as Scott Hairston is all over the 2-1 pitch.
Just the 5th home run he's allowed this year.
See how that ball leaked? Middle in. Oliva wanted it down and away.
Jimenez 89th pitch of the night into right field, and Venable has a base hit. Fumbled by Spilborghs, but he keeps it close by. There's the 3rd consecutive hit and 4th hit of the inning for the Padres, who did not have a hit through the first 5.
I don't care if you throw 98, 99, you throw 85, 86. You don't hit your spots. Big league hitters are going to get their hits. There is action in the Rockies bullpen.
Matt Belisle gets up from Colorado.
Looked like an off-speed pitch, a changeup that was left up. And Will Venable continues to swing the hot shillelagh.
The right-hander Belisle is now up and loosening in the Rockies bullpen. Still only one out here in the San Diego sixth. Venable draws the attention of Jimenez. Getting up near 90 pitches. .96 at the knees.
How about another big hit here to keep that rally going with 1 out? Ooh, tough to lay off that breaking ball.
Did not hold up, and it's 0-2. McFadden in the third, fly to right in the fifth. Blocked by Olivo to his left, holding at first base is Venable.
Well, you can see in the last 67 1/3, 6 earned runs on the road this season. Going into this game, his road ERA minuscule, 0.80.
The best in the majors.
That's right at the limit, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's way over, actually. 0.08.
0.6. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
0.08.
Yeah, some states.
Yeah. Still, though. Wow. The road doesn't seem to affect this guy.
2-2. Change speeds on him there with a curveball. It strikes out Hundley.
Great tilt and right on the outside corner. Even though it looks like Olivo brings that ball out of the zone, Trax has it for a strike and tough to lay off.
7 Ks for Jimenez, 2 in this inning. And the 8th man to bat in the frame. Shortstop Jerry Hairston.
You know, that .80 was before this game started.
Right. So it had gone down through the first 5 innings to .75.
Yeah.
Down low, 2-0.
Hey, if one Harrison can do it, why can't the other? Jerry's got a little pop in that bat now. Scotty hit a 2-1 pitch.
30th pitch of the inning from Jimenez is a strike. Jimenez threw 30 pitches through the first 3 innings combined. Down the left field side. Smith back on the track and makes the catch. Jerry threatening there to make this a huge inning. Nonetheless, the Padres start to climb out of the hole with a 4-run frame. 5% Western and cheese melt with a cup of freshly brewed Seattle's best coffee. Open at 7 a.m. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cox Digital Telephone. Ready for cheaper calls? Go to Cox.com. Good to have you along with us tonight. Scott Hairston, 3-run home run, part of a 4-run inning. Ubaldo Jimenez had allowed 10 earned runs on the road all season coming into the start. Gives up 4 in that 6th inning alone.
He's human.
We are all mortal, my friend. Olivo now a triple shy of the cycle. In the last catcher to hit for the cycle, you got to go back 6 seasons. Or even a miss. Chad Moeller of the Brewers.
Hey, this is why it's such a big relief outing for Sean Gallagher, right?
Got to hold him.
8-0 seems like, okay, insurmountable, impossible. Not the case, especially with the way that this Padre team has shown late life, right?
Absolutely.
In the later innings.
Gallagher gave up a 2-run homer in the 6th to Spilborghs. Now he's up high to Olivo. 3 balls and a strike.
And it's not like the Colorado Rockies have a bad bullpen. They've got a pretty solid bullpen as well. But still, at least you take your chances that way and you possibly get Jimenez out of the game.
Popped up left side. Hairston calling for it in fair territory. 1 out. Yeah, you compare the bullpens. The Padres came in with a major league best bullpen ERA of 2.57. The Rockies 7th in the National League in bullpen ERA at 3.79 entering tonight. The penitentiary, as they like to call themselves now. The shirts, the T-shirts are there. Got those printed up. They proudly sport those. You've seen the shirts, right? They say National League on lockdown, penitentiary.
I have seen that. Very nice.
Ian Stewart takes high, 2-0. Left-hander Thatcher up for the Padres. Yoda's got a little better seat in San Diego than he did.
More comfortable.
In Miami, he was basically
just hanging out.
Strung up, hung up.
Yeah.
A walk to Stewart. Good look at Yoda. He's got a smile on that face. Well, this team's got a 4.5 game lead.
Yeah.
15 games over 500 going into tonight. High strike to Parmas. Parmas singled his last time. He's also walked and flied to right. And check on Stewart. Dodgers and Giants now tied at 2 in the top of the 7th in San Francisco. That was a Billingsley-Zito matchup tonight. Which team scares you the most right now, Dodgers or Giants?
I would say Giants.
See, I swing the other way.
Why is that?
I just think the Dodgers, with their offense and their pitching, are a more complete team. I'm just not sold on the Giants offensively.
Well, we talked about this earlier, how the Giants aren't really athletic. Right?
Right. Yeah, we talked about that the other night.
But there's just something about the Giant hitters. And I know last year they struggled putting runs on the board. Just something about those Giant hitters that just might bust out.
I think Clayton Kershaw really coming into his own. And this isn't to disrespect Tim Lincecum, but I think Kershaw eventually can be every bit as good. You know, that's frightening. And the Dodgers have a good one there. Runner takes off, and that's fouled away. But I'll tell you this. I'll take the 25 in that first base dugout over any of them right now.
Absolutely.
Let's try that out. Time requested by Barnes. So part of my point was, do you want the Dodgers or Giants? Do you just let them knock off each other for a few games, or what? Or would you like to see one kind of push a little more distance ahead of the other?
Right now it's just way too early. I mean,
it still is, absolutely.
As much as I hate the Dodgers.
See, but another reason I wouldn't mind seeing the Giants beat the Dodgers now, it's because the Padres just seem to have the Giants number recently. You know, not only this year, but last year. And I feel more comfortable with that head-to-head matchup than one with the Dodgers long term. Not saying the Padres can't win those games,
right,
but I really like the Padres head-to-head against San Francisco. And granted, they've had some fortunate scheduling where they haven't seen Lincecum.
Look at the Dodgers' record in the West.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, much better than the Giants. Giants have a losing record against the division. That gets by. And down to second goes Stewart. And the Dodgers are 18-5 against the other teams in the NL West. Giants are 8-14 against the West. Padres 14-11.
And I mean, one of the reasons why I kind of lean the Giants' ways, it might be splitting hairs a little bit, but the relief numbers for the Giants look just a little bit better than the ones for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I can see that. By the way, pass ball that has allowed Stewart to go down to second. And a 3-2 upcoming to Barmes. He reaches and pops it up. Adrian into foul territory with the catch. Roughing the tag Stewart, and he'll stay put at second. And 2 away in the Rockies seventh. Well, Brad Hopp, who's been day-to-day with some bad ribs, he's going to bat here in the pitcher spot. He was hurt last Friday. Ran into the wall here. You'll see it in Anaheim. Yeah, that's ouch. It was right side of the ribs. So Hopp's been day-to-day since, but he will get in a plate appearance here. But that is going to cause Black to bring the lineup card out. And with the pitcher spot due to lead off the bottom of the inning for the Padres, San Diego is going to make a double switch of their own. This pitching change is brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson, where we are always country. At the park where you can enjoy a wonderful evening happy hours 7 days a week, and it is the left-hander Thatcher.
Last time out for Joe was against the Devil. I said it again. The Devil Rays. It's the Rays. Tampa Bay Rays.
You didn't say Devil, I don't think at all in St. Pete, did you, though?
I did one time.
One time, all right. That's
and
forgivable.
His second hold of the year. He only went a third of an inning. Situational type outing for Joe, throwing 3 pitches.
Hot batting here for Jimenez. With Stewart at second. And 2 outs and a wave and a miss. And a couple of things have happened here. Number one, you saw Cabrera come in as part of a double switch. So he's batting in the 9 spot. Thatcher in the 8 hole vacated by Jerry Hairston. But the other thing is that Ubaldo Jimenez is out of this game. He goes 6 innings. Tied for his second shortest outing of the year. His shortest outing came his last time out against the Red Sox when he went 5 2/3. Hop 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter this season. Big wave and a miss.
Great splits for Joe Thatcher. Facing righties and lefties alike. Righties hitting 148, lefties 143, and he starts that sweeper back at the back pocket of that hitter. It ends up on the other side of the plate, it looks like. Tough to lay off.
This is with it low.
You know, I guess as a hitter, a left-handed hitter facing a guy like Thatcher, you know, you gauge where that ball is coming at you, and then you determine where that is, and then you lay off of it. If it starts on the plate and you recognize breaking ball, you know it's going to end off the plate. But it's easier said than done. The one that starts at your back pocket,
that may be over the plate.
Yeah. Joe tries to sneak a piece of cheese by him there.
The 88-mile-per-hour fastball, and it's 2-2. Eight 4 Rockies, top of the 7th. Hop batting for Ubaldo Jimenez. Thatcher's 2-2. Inside.
Hey, that's a huge run out there at second base. A huge inherited runner for Joe Thatcher. Joe has inherited going into this game 15 runners, 1 has scored.
Fouled back, and it stays 3-2 on Hop. The Padres have gotten some momentum going their way, and even if it's just a run here, you know what I
sure
give one back to the Rockies here in the 7th. Rockies with 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Padres 4 in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that rib cage, that side doesn't seem to be hindering Hop at all. He's taking some pretty good hacks.
Big hacks. Which has pretty much been a Brad Hop trademark throughout his career. Guy who this season against the Padres 5 for 11. 2 of those 5 hits have been home runs this season against San Diego. Another foul. Ooh. That got a piece of Hot Rod Hundley.
God, that's got to hurt. Where's it get him? Ah, the left forearm. I don't see how they do it.
I don't either. Take a lot of punishment back there. Roll to the right side. Eck scoops and throws, and they get the pinch hitter Hop. So Thatch does his job. They strand Stewart. Time to stretch at Petco. Potts down 4. New hurler for Colorado is a left-hander, Joe Beimel. 1.5 ERA, makes his 33rd relief appearance. Only home run he has allowed this season came to Chipper Jones of Atlanta, and that was in Beimel's first outing of the season, April 16th at Atlanta. Worked in 2 games against the Padres this season, both without a decision or a save. He worked a scoreless inning in each appearance and allowed 2 hits total with no walks or strikeouts. And Cabrera, who came in as part of the double switch, will be followed by Gwynn and Eckstein in the San Diego 7th. Two 2-0 on Everth.
Well, Beimel's their left-handed specialist. He's their setup guy. Well, he's been around a while. Fastball, slurve, and a changeup. Throws across his body. He goes from the extreme third base side of the rubber. And after that 2-0 pitch to go 3-0, Melvin Mora's over there having a little chat with him. And Joe's like, all right. You can see about now he puts his foot in contact with the pitcher's plate. In contrast to where he lands way across his body.
A high strike to Cabrera.
Doesn't have to be.
There is ball 4, and the leadoff man is on in the Padres 7th. Fifth walk allowed by the Rockies tonight as Jimenez gave up 4 in his 6 innings of work. He did strike out 7. But the leadoff man is on for the 4th consecutive inning for the Padres. 4th consecutive inning with a leadoff walk given to San Diego. There's Tony, who began the 6th with a walk. That triggered the 4-run rally. He's walked twice tonight. His only official at bat, a strikeout in the 1st. And he bunts. Stewart bare hands and throws and got him at first.
What a fine play.
Down to second goes Cabrera, but Ian Stewart with the do-or-die bare hand, and he made it, and a good throw to get Tony at first.
Coming in, all his momentum towards home plate, so he has to throw it up the line more in fair territory, because then the ball will come back. That is a great play, a tough throw. Makes it look easy.
With the way the score is and the situation, no sacrifice given to Tony there. Eck had the first Padre hit, singling in the 6th. All right, cards on the table here. Through the first 5 innings, Jimenez, well, especially through the first 3, because he only threw 30 pitches through the first 3 innings, retiring the side in order. But had not allowed a hit through 5. You know what was on a lot of people's mind, right?
No hitter, yeah.
Exactly.
Boy, how quickly things changed.
Absolutely it has. Given up 4 runs in the 6th, and Jimenez departing after 6. Beimel ahead of Eck. No balls, 2 strikes.
Don't count this team out.
Inside.
You know, there's a phrase in baseball, and I'm sure it's throughout all sports, false hustle.
Oh, yeah.
This does not apply to this team.
No.
Because there has been times when this team has been trailing, and we got the field mics down there, and in between innings, the team will be coming in. You'll hear the clapping and the yelling and the whatever.
It's genuine.
A lot of times,
in the dirt,
there will be teams, and you're like, oh, no chance. False hustle. Not with this team. And where was it where we specifically heard they were down? And gosh, it was somewhere where they just came in the dugout and, okay, we got some work to do, boys. They end up coming back and winning the game. That's just the way it's been the whole year for this team.
And the trademark for this club. The 2-2. Off the end of the bat, softly to short. Barmes getting Eck. Over to third goes Cabrera. The Padres were down 8-0 after 5.5. And the largest deficit they've come back from and picked up a win is 8. Back in June of '74 against the Pirates. A 4-run 8th inning, a 5-run 9th for a 9-8 win.
Pick that run up.
And you hear Buddy say right there, pick that run up. That's a big run at third base.
Absolutely.
Let's see how Beimel approaches Adrian here. Adrian, who has hit well against lefties. Strike one on the inside corner.
Hey, even if you bounce one, right?
Anything. Get that run home. Cabrera at third with 2 outs in the San Diego 7th. An 0-1 pitch to Adrian Gonzalez. Off the plate outside. Thatcher stranded the inherited runner. Ian Stewart in the top of the inning. The 1-1. Adrian chases down and away. It was, but it's a ball and 2 strikes. Just could not lay off that curveball.
Absolutely. That's that breaking ball from Joe Beimel. Calls it a slurve.
Adrian up the middle and through. In comes Cabrera, and it's 8-5. 50th RBI of the season for Adrian Gonzalez. The Padres do indeed pick up that runner from third and make it a 3-run game.
A couple of things on that at bat. I was really surprised Beimel went with the fastball. He missed with his location, but you know, after looking at the previous swing on the breaking ball, I'm surprised Beimel didn't go back to the breaker.
Right. And there is a balk committed by Beimel that will put Adrian at second.
Well, no argument from Beimel. No dispute from the bench.
Adrian calling it from first base, saying that's a balk.
Yeah, he started and stopped.
Headley back off the pitcher's glove up the middle, backhanded. Herrera can't keep the handle on it. Throw back to third. Save. Adrian gets in by an eyelash. And the Padres have runners at the corners.
Oh, I saw that one developing, didn't you? Adrian overrun to the bag, and they were going to throw behind him, get out of the inning.
Herrera, a tough play, so it's an infield hit for Headley. A brief argument from Jim Tracy, who's going to go to the mound after quick words with third base umpire Jim Wolf and make a pitching change. Dropped it, picked it up, threw back behind Adrian. And very close. This will be a good angle. Hey, he did get that left hand in.
He was safe.
Just under the tag. Well, Hairston, with a 3-run homer his last time up, is the tying run at the plate. With a few looks.
I think he just hit the dirt hard, you know, on his
diving
chest.
Back. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe knocked the wind out of him.
And then his back kind of curled up like scorpion-like, you know, getting ready to go for the sting and kind of.
Oh.
You see us testing his neck a little bit there.
Fastball at 90 is a strike. Matt Belisle, the new pitcher, the third of the night now for the Rockies.
Well, Matt Belisle has been phenomenal, outstanding lately out of this Colorado Rocky bullpen. Fastball, slider, curve and a change, mid-90s. There's that slider. He's been their best guy out of the bullpen as he sports the short break. And Oliva, did he get crossed up again? Did you see the way he went after that one?
The way he had to maneuver there, yeah.
I feel like underhanded that one when he caught it. No visit from the Rocky catcher, though, out to the mound.
1-2. Down the left field side. It has top spin. It is off the very top of the fence. A run scores. Down to second goes Hairston, who is within a matter of inches of tying this game. And it's 8-6. That ball hit right at the top of the fence where the chain link is in the left field corner. And I mean, Scott was within just a few inches of getting that out, and that being a 3-run homer and knotting the score. And Bud wants to know,
are there fans out there saying that the ball hit above the fence and came back in? Bud just wants to have a conversation with the third base ump, Jim Wolf. Hanging breaking ball again. Got on top of it. Nope, off the padding.
Right off the top of the padding.
Yep.
That ball is what, 3 or 4 inches from getting out?
If that.
That's how close the Padres were to tying this game.
You're right, about 3 inches. If that ball goes 3 inches higher, it hits the rounded part of that top of the fence.
Bounces out.
It bounces out of here.
4 RBIs now for Hairston in his last 2 ABs. And it is 8-6 now. The tying runs are in scoring position for Venable.
Sorry about the 2-out rally.
Yeah, leadoff walk, and then the next 2 retired on ground balls. Adrian, Henley, and Hairston now all with 2-out hits, and they'll walk the lefty Venable intentionally to bring up the right-handed hitting Hundley. Hey, how much has this game changed? 8-0 Rockies with the best pitcher in the game, Jimenez, on the mound. He's been chased, and the Padres moments ago come within inches of tying this game, and right now are going to have the go-ahead run at first with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Jimenez had 5+ innings of no-hit baseball until Eckstein singled in the 6th.
How about Padaka, the pitching coach, wants to have a word with the battery?
It's just a great game to watch.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's great about baseball. You talk about a momentum shift.
Hey, if you're the Rockies and you've got an 8-0 lead and your ace on the hill, and now this situation, you're more than a little nervous right now.
Yeah. See that confident look from Hundley? That's the look of confidence.
Nick tonight, couple of strikeouts, and he's flying to right, 0 for 3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Swing and a high fly, foul down the right field side, strike one. Eight runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Rockies. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Padres. Slider moves off the plate. Matt Belisle, the third Rockies pitcher. Jimenez went 6. Beimel started the 7th. Now the right-hander Belisle facing his third hitter of the inning.
Well, the foul ball other way, right? Belisle trying to throw that slider down and away. We've seen Nick Hundley take the ball that way. The one that sticks out, I know there's 2 outs here, but remember the fly ball, the sac fly for the walk-off. But I think that's in his mind right now. Belisle trying to maybe pitch him away. He's thinking right center.
1-1. Nick bounces it. Herrera goes to first. The Padres do get a run back. Leave them loaded. But we've got a game here at Petco. At the end of 7, Colorado 8 and San Diego 6. Bob Scanlon of the Channel 4 studios tonight. Top of the order for the Rockies in the 8th, and shortening up Herrera. Strike one. Well, Hairston came this close to tying this game. And Scott's reaction, yeah, that close to tying this thing up. As it is, it's a 2-run game, and Thatcher will try to keep it a 2-run game. On a play right side, Herrera, who is hitless tonight, 0 for 4, but came in with a 9-game hitting streak.
You know what else sticks out in my mind that half inning? Is the nice play that Stewart made on that bunt by Tony Gwynn.
That after the walk, that was the next play. If he doesn't make that play,
that's another base runner, and who knows what happens.
On the ground, out to Cabrera. Everett goes out Herrera.
Quick inning right here, just getting right back in that dugout.
Keep that momentum rolling. Up steps Melvin Mora.
And as a pitcher, you make a lot of friends when you have quick innings. Rather than standing out there and killing the grass, you want to get back in that dugout, right?
No question. Speaking of quick innings and quick workers, that reminds me always of Clayton Richard, which I saw the recent episode of This Week in Baseball. Have you seen it yet? It features the Padres and Clayton Richard. It's a great, great episode. That's a broken bat base hit into left field for Mora. Yeah, I just saw it today. It must have come out initially over the weekend, but the half-hour show is probably at least half of it focused on the Padres, and a good portion of that focuses on Clayton.
Well, it's about time that the Friars get some love.
Absolutely. And, a lot of people have complained, and rightfully so, that the Padres don't get a lot of national publicity. But they have this time from This Week in Baseball on this week's episode.
And that's great. But you know what also is great about that? About not getting the love?
You kind of fly under the radar a lot of times.
But how about the egos, or I should say the lack of egos in that clubhouse not caring about that? Because they'll do all their talking in the standings, right? If we don't get the pub that's well-deserved on the national shows or the national publications, who cares? We'll let our record speak for itself.
Line to right, Venable spinning, reaches up and makes the catch. He finished up on the warning track. That ball well stung by Gonzalez, who hit one out to right in the first inning and has driven in 3 tonight, but Will able to track it down for the second out.
I'll be honest with you. I thought that ball was going to be off the fence. The ball was struck that well. And after Will made the catch, Gonzalez was down the first base line. He almost had the reaction. The body line was like, how does that ball not get over his head? Not tonight, Big
just
Boy.
enough topspin there, huh?
That's right.
Spielborgs has a 2-run home run and 2 hits. Hey, Bud Black was asked before the game about the All-Star game coming up. Of course, Bud's going to be on Charlie Manuel's staff. And Bud was asked, hey, do you lobby for some of your players? And he said, well, you know what? If I'm called, sure. He didn't indicate that he would make the call,
right,
but it's pretty standard procedure for an all-star manager to make some calls.
Hey.
And if Bud says, if I get that call, I'm certainly going to lobby for my guys.
You need a lobbyist every now and then, don't you? A sponsor?
And there are quite a few that have had good enough seasons. That's chopped to the right side. Eck waits for it to come down and throws out Spielborg. So Thatch does his job and holds the Rockies at bay. 8-9-1 due up for San Diego in the bottom half. Visit farmers.com because ready feels good. And on this date, in 1994, the Padres set a National League record by scoring 9 runs in the 11th inning in an 11-3 win over these Rockies. Now, this game was 8-0 at one point, Colorado. It's 8-6 into the bottom of the 8th. The new hurler for Colorado is Rafael Betancourt.
And he'll slow it down a little bit. He'll go to the four-corner stall now. Fastball, slider, and a change from Rafael.
Pitcher spot due up in the 8-hole in the order, so DeNorfia will bat for Thatcher.
This guy's going to give you something to hit, too. He doesn't walk very many hitters. 26 innings. He has allowed 5 free passes. And, you know, the running game may come into play. When you get on base here, you can run against this guy.
To third in front of the bag, Stewart. And 1 pitch, 1 out in the Padres' 8th. Stewart was cheating in, guarding against the bunt, and Betancourt getting the first out of the inning in very quick fashion. Everett came in as part of a double switch. Walked and scored in the 7th. In at the knees, and it's 0-2.
I still can't get over 3 inches, and this game is tied.
That close.
I mean, it's... Oh.
Little tap at the plate. Staying 0-2.
Is this another cross-up? Oh, you bet. Ooh, now see, those are the ones where you get hurt.
He's fortunate that Cabrera made contact with that pitch.
He was expecting breaking ball, and he got the heater. Is that the 4th time tonight there's been a cross-up? And this one is without anybody on base.
He may have worn that one on his forearm if Cabrera doesn't foul that. And swing and a miss at the breaking ball. And strikeout, 2 away. Top of the Padres order. Center fielder Tony Gwynn has walked twice. Scored a run. His last at bat in the 7th, tried to bunt his way on and was thrown out. And a very good barehanded play by Ian Stewart. Ball 1, rights high. Rockies have left-hander Randy Flores up in the bullpen. With nobody on base, they allow Betancourt to pitch to Gwynn here. But now Houston Street, the Rockies closer, has joined Flores in the Colorado bullpen. 8-6 Rockies in the 8th. It was 8-0 Colorado going to the bottom of the 6th. The Padres did not have a hit at that juncture, but scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th, 2 in the 7th. It paints the outside corner. Scott Hairston, who had a 3-run homer in the 6th, came within a matter of inches of hitting what would have been a game-tying 3-run homer in the 7th. It settled for an RBI double. That made it 8-6, and that's where we are in the last of the 8th. Upstairs, 2-2. Dodgers now up on the Giants 4-2, top of the 8th in San Francisco. Gave it a miss at the fastball, and Betancourt sets the side down in order, striking out 2. We'll move to the 9th in a 2-run game. Petco Park. You can also purchase a Padres Stand Up to Cancer patch at the Padres store or online. 100% of your patch purchase will go directly to cancer research. Visit Padres.com/SU2C to make a donation and learn how you can stand up to cancer.
Edward Mujica toes the rubber, and at home in 17 outings this year, a nice 2.63 ERA. And the opponent's batting average has dipped below 200 at 199 for Edward.
On the inside corner for strike 1 to Seth Smith.
Yeah, we've seen this team come back late, being down by 2. Very key for Mujica to throw up a bagel here in the top of the 9th.
Facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Smith, Olivo, and Stewart. And a high drive, deep right field. Venable back at the fence, and it gets out. 11th of the year for Seth Smith, and it's 9-6 Colorado. Third RBI for Smith.
Well, it is just uncanny how first the pitch he misses big time with location. He wanted that down and away. It's in, and lefties. Ball looks like caught a lot of the plate in. He just spun on that, liking that pitch in. But in 38 innings, 27 hits, right, for Mujica. 9 of those now Now 28 hits. 9 have been home runs. It's just uncanny.
Victimized by that home run ball.
Yeah.
There's Olivo, who's a triple shy of the cycle, and he does have 4 triples this year. A 2-run double in the 3rd, and a 2-run homer in the 5th. Single his first time up in the 1st inning.
I mean, he's worked his ERA down to 2.84 entering this game. And when you look at the numbers, I tell you what, there'd be a lot of guys who would take those numbers. It's just at the home run.
Hot smash to 3rd, knocked down by Chase. Gets up, throws in the dirt, and Adrian unable to pick this one out, and Olivo is on. An error charged to Headley, his 8th of the season.
Thought this ball had a chance to get down the 3rd baseline for extra bases, but Chase knocks it down with the heel of the glove, and to see Adrian getting down to one knee, lowering that eye level to get a better chance at this one hopper across the diamond. And the one thing you don't want to see is the wheels just totally come off here in the 9th inning.
Now the Rockies with 4 home runs tonight. That equals the most home runs in a game by a Padres opponent this year. Arizona had 4 May 27th against the Padres. I should say the other way around, the Rockies most that they have hit in a game. They've had 3 2-run homers. And now the solo shot from Seth Smith here in the 9th. This has been such an odd game in so many ways. Number one, all the home runs at this park that usually doesn't give up many. Jimenez taking a no-hitter into the 6th with an 8-0 lead. They're becoming a game again. Scott Hairston coming so close to tying the game with his 2nd home run, or would have been his 2nd home run. A lot of twists and turns after what was an 8-0 game. The 2-1 to Stewart instead of check on Olivo. Well, the Padres will have the heart of the order up at the bottom of the 9th. Eck, Adrian, and Chase Headley, 2, 3, and 4. And a sharp single into right. Marie and Stewart. Olivo down to 2nd. Mujica threw yesterday afternoon in Miami, threw a scoreless inning.
Yeah. And you can see Edward is visibly upset, rightfully so. But once again, it boils down to location. We talked about Kevin Correa. We talked about Sean Gallagher. The home run, wanted to give him the fastball away. It leaked in. And at this point of the ball game, a close game, if you're going to miss and the catcher set up away, you better miss away. If you miss inner half like he did, that's when you get hurt. That's when the lefty smoked one on him. Seth Smith.
Out of play right side. Jason Hamill against Wade LeBlanc tomorrow in game 2. And the 3rd game of the series is a Jeff Francis against Clayton Richard matchup. Got him. Went down after it. Armas wasn't sold that Hundley actually caught that before it hit the dirt, but he did. It's a strikeout for the first out.
Change up, down and away, and clearly Nick Hundley catches that cleanly Barmas is claiming that, as you mentioned, Mark, that it hit the dirt, but not the case.
Well, Jason Giambi is going to bat with the pitcher Betancourt. Taking a healthy rip in a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Over to miss 0-2.
It's like Edwards got a little extra on that fastball there, huh?
Giambi, who had a game-winning home run in the series against the Red Sox in walk-off fashion. So again tomorrow, Hamill against LeBlanc. The Honda Dealer pregame show on the air at 6:30. The pregame show brought to you by the nine Honda dealers of San Diego County. Check out the latest offers on a brand new Honda Accord. LeBlanc going for his 5th win. Left field. Scotty makes the catch. 2 outs in the Rockies' ninth. We get the pinch hitter Giambi, and it goes back to the top of the order now. And John Herrera. Two on, 2 outs. A leadoff home run in this night from Seth Smith has made it a 9-6 Rockies lead. Up high, ball 1.
I know Mujica's visibly upset. We've talked about that already. The thing you don't want to get into is when you get in the case of overthrowing, because you squeeze that ball, you try to just throw it through a wall, it flattens out a little bit, it could work against you.
Popped up foul. Headley nearing the seats, reaching just out of his reach. He came within a foot or so of coming up with that one. Up the middle and a base hit. Olivo to the plate. Throw back behind the runner at second. Stewart gets back. It's been a 2-run ninth now, and it's 10-6 Colorado. And Herrera, it's his 3rd RBI and extends his hitting streak to 10 games.
You know what's interesting about this play? Remember that game against the Dodgers and the Angels, how the Dodgers didn't get that run scored because the out was made?
If they had been able to get the out at second, it would have been close. Whether that
he wasn't near close to scoring, so it would have been the same case. So another huge run for Colorado. If in fact they threw that runner, tagged that runner out at second base before that run crossed home plate, it would not have counted.
Mora has reached base 4 of his 5 times up. 2 walks, 2 singles. He's 2 for 3 officially. Well, no longer a save situation in Houston Street. Their closer has just come back off the DL. He does not have a save yet this season. Will not have a save chance now in the bottom of this ninth. Check swing, and it's ball 3. Took a hack of what would have been ball 4, and it's a full count. Runners will be off with the 3-2 pitch from Mujica. He strikes out Mora. If the Rockies get 2, 1 will be unearned. Last chance for the Padres with the heart of the order coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Off of or 2-for-1 Padres tickets when you vote at least 25 times at Padres.com. Remember to vote often and vote for your Padres at Padres.com. It is not a safe situation with a 10-6 Rockies lead, but in comes Houston Street.
Houston Street basically just a 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, and a change. Mark, you alluded to it earlier. Missed 69 games this year with an inflamed right shoulder, which actually began in spring training.
Eck leading off, takes strike 1. Street came off the DL 6 days ago. He made his 2010 debut 5 days ago on June 23rd with a scoreless inning in the 3rd against the Red Sox. Then he was hit with the loss last Thursday, the 24th, when Boston's Dustin Pedroia hit a 2-run homer in the 10th inning off of him. Padres trailed at one point 8-0 after 5.5. Got it back with an 8-6. Now 10-6, bottom of the 9th. Eck, Adrian, and Headley due up in the San Diego 9th. A 2-1 from Street. Right side and through. There's the start. Now the right fielder Spilborghs came up looking like he wanted to make a throw to first base there, but Eck would have beaten that had Spilborghs done so, and it is a leadoff hit. Eck's second hit of the game.
Doesn't matter the score, does not matter the count. David Eckstein fights and does not give up at bats. That pitch was up. He got on top of that baseball and found that hole on the right side, and that's how rallies start.
Adrian up. They have the rally camp on and the shift on as well. Down and away, ball 1. Stewart way off the line at third. The shortstop Barma still on the third base side of the infield, but cheating way up the middle. There's a look at the shift. Upstairs for ball 2.
Houston Street has that low three-quarter arm angle to where it kind of looks like he's almost pushing the ball uphill a little bit rather than trying to work that downhill plane. That's just his arm slot.
A little tap. Street fields and throws out Adrian. Back down to second, one out. Yeah, Street in his second season now with the Rockies came over in the holiday trade from Oakland. He was 35 of 37 in save opportunities last year for the Rockies. I would certainly say he was surprised may not be the right word for somebody who has saved as many as 37 games for Oakland back in 2006. But converting at 95%, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What he did last year for Colorado. It was the best save percentage in Rockies franchise history. And
you know, sometimes you look at trades and the organization that trades you away might know a little bit more than other people might know. You know, the innings accumulated a certain time and certain, amounts of time.
Right. Chase takes a strike. And Street converted 26 consecutive save chances at one point last year. And that trade, whenever Billy Beane makes a trade for Oakland, you kind of look at it like, did he get the best of somebody again? But I think that trade actually turned out pretty well for Colorado because Carlos Gonzalez has turned into a really nice player. Street a great year last year, hurt a lot this season, but back. Another pitcher they got was a lefty, Greg Smith, that's had some time back in the big leagues as well. That's pulled Fowler. So they got some pretty decent return for Holiday, who would have been a free agent anyway at the end of last season. Chase has hits his last two times up and knocked in a run in the sixth. Did he hold up? For a moment, like Olivo was wanting the appeal, not allowed by Darryl Cousins. Giants are batting in the bottom of the ninth, trailing the Dodgers 4-2. If that score were to hold and the score hold here, you'd have the Dodgers move into second place 4 games back. And the Giants stay 4.5 out. And the Rockies move 5 back. In the bottom of the ninth in San Francisco. Dodgers had lost 8 of 10 coming into that game. They've had a pretty rough interleague schedule, however. 3-2 pitch. Hold up the first base line, and Mora will take it himself, and the Padres will be down to their final out with Echover at third. We'll bring up Scott Hairston. Our Cold Hard Blast brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And in the sixth, Scotty hitting one out to left off the facing of the second deck. Capped off the 4-run sixth. And his next time up in the seventh came within a matter of inches of tying this game at 8.
Don't miss with the fastball against this guy. Nice night for Scotty. Something that's unique about Houston Street, the closer, as you mentioned, this not being a safe situation, he goes from the full windup.
There are a few others, not many. Brad Lidge does the same. It moves down low out of the zone, a ball and a strike. Well, Jimenez, though he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, took a no-hitter into the 6th, but is in line to get the win here. It would be his 14th of the season. It pops the glove and a strike, and the Padres down to their final strike. Blocked by Olivo. Rockies trying to beat the Padres for the 5th time in 7 meetings this year. They took 2 of 3 in each of the previous 2 series this year. 1 in Denver, 1 here at Petco. And a strike away from taking the opener of this 3-game series tonight. The 2-2 to Hairston. And the Rockies hold off the Padre rally and beat San Diego tonight 10-6. So Jimenez does get his 14th win. No save for Street. We'll take a timeout, come back and wrap it up after